Sona Group of Industries, the leading backward integration company in Nigeria in the agro-based manufacturing sector, in focus as the group chairman, Mr. Michandani, and the group COO, Mr. Madhani, speaks on the value of the firm. Agri-Ted, leading player in the agriculture sector, especially the poultry business, remains committed to the Nigerian economy, says the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Mr. Chim Zak. We have a report. And as the world gets set to mark the first UNESCO-approved World Engineering Day come March 4th, 2020, we feel the pulse of some engineers in this development. Plus, Inside Business Africa headline news across the African continent. This is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Hello, a very good day to you and thanks for joining us. My name is Kenneth Odushola Stevenson and this is Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. You will realize that Inside Business Africa consistently focuses on business, finance and the economy, reporting analysis on development in the nation's economy and especially from the African's perspective. On this channel, we'll be talking about these and more. But when we come back right after this commercial break, we'll get to some of the details of what we're talking about today, including Sona Group of Industries, like you may have heard on the highlight, that is currently leveraging on the Nigerian economy and the opportunity that it presents to manufacture brands, agro-based brands for the country and also for exports. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. Indeed, Sona Group of Industries, one of Nigeria's largest conglomerate, manufacturing quite a number of products and also having as a subsidiary about 9 different organizations. And these organizations are operating in different sectors of the nation's economy, including real estate and more. But most importantly, this company started in 1994 with just one brewery that was acquired in Ota. But today, it is one of the largest conglomerates. Take a listen to this very important report on the corporate value and position of Sona Group of Industries. What is today one of Nigeria's largest conglomerates, Sona Group of Industries, started in 1994 with the acquisition of brewery company in Ota, Ogun State. Sitting on top of this conglomerate as Chairman Chief Executive Officer is Mr. Ajam Michandani, who was recently presented with the key to the industrial city of Ota by the traditional head of the city. He speaks on the emergence of the firm and his love for Nigeria.
I love Nigeria. I love African countries because I started life in Africa. And when you have worked in Africa, you feel that you should belong to them and you have to be part of the family. So we are like family, part of Nigeria, part of Ghana, part of Africa. And we realize more and more by going industry. Initially we were importing raw material. Later on we felt that also is not possible because of fluctuation of foreign currency and so on. So we are banking more and more into agriculture, into areas where local raw material will be available. Today I'm proud to say that we have some of the industries, I would say quite a number of industries, 100% local raw material. And we also have a number of industries which are like, if the raw material is not available, we import. So if I look at average, between 85 to 87% is a local raw material. Now, our focus is more and more on agriculture, more and more on agri product, because I think I realize the food industry is a key. And so is, apart from food industry, packaging industry, where you need to present items to public in a way that is appreciated. For instance, malt extract. Malt extract is similar to honey. Yes, we produce malt extract. It replaces sugar. Now, importation of sugar is another problem. Then we have biscuits. Yes, a lot of imports of biscuits are coming from different countries. And I think everything is available in Nigeria. Why don't we work in Nigeria? Why don't we? But still, they have been imported. So I think the government also has certain responsibility to look at it. They can increase more and more encouragement into industry. Success only comes with the backup of the government and government policy. That's what I would say.
Speaking further on the Sona Group of Industries emergence and the growth trajectory, Mr. Ashok Magnani, the Group Chief Operating Officer with strong experience in Nigerian economy, speak.
Now, if you know, the Sona Group of Industries entered into industrial sector of Nigerian economy in early 90s, let's say precisely 94, when we started with 2 breweries. And we are specialized in reviving the sick industries. So we started with 2 breweries, and slowly we took over all the ailing industries here. And we started with 2 breweries and we ended up in 6 breweries. And then we diversified into other areas of industry like packaging, because the Nigerian economy was changing, ever changing. As you know, that all the economy have to change and diversify into others. So we also diversified into food industry, we diversified drink industry, packaging industry also.
With commendable contributions to the Nigerian economy and strong growth, which has seen the multi-billion-dollar conglomerate dominate the entire segment of its subsidiaries' operations, Mr. Michandani and Mr. Magnani confirmed the plans of the firm to do more by investing in other sectors which have started in earnest.
I look at new projects coming in where we are not in. Today I can say, yes, we have more projects coming in, and hopefully by next, I would say 2 years, we should have 20 projects. It's not a 9 project. We are already banking, we already have 4 projects on the way. Now we have a refinery coming in where we have soya. Now, importation of oil, yes, you can do importation of oil, but you need a foreign exchange. Today you have, oil price is good. What about tomorrow? So you need to think a long-term sustainability in industry. And the government, yes, the policy is working. They have to little bit still push, keep on pushing, keep on focusing, and making sure that they are helping their own nation. Every nation must stand on its own feet. If you want to maintain freedom and sovereignty, nobody can help you. It is up to you.
So this is a very good industry, and we export. Now we are venturing into oil refinery. We are venturing into the civil work, foundation work has started. Machineries have been booked. So the second quarter of this year, we are expecting the machineries to arrive. So there we are venturing into palm kernel oil, soya bean oil, coconut oil. Apart from this, we are going to cassava plantation in Ogun State. The government has allocated one land to us in Ogun State. So once we get the physical allocation, physical delivery of the land, we'll start the cassava plantation. Because we are already tied up with some farmers under Anchor's borrow scheme. So we'll start immediately. So these are the industry we have started in Nigeria. And we are to be very frank now, power is an issue in Nigeria. So it's a great issue.
From being just an investor in the brewery sector to joining the league of largest conglomerates with interest in agro-based manufacturing, packaging, real estate, other sectors including generating its own power for the industrial complex in Ogun State, Sona Group of Industries' contributions to Nigerian economy is indeed huge, especially with strong investment in technology, human capital, and backing these up with a sound corporate social responsibilities initiatives.
We employ a lot of people from the local community, so they are employed. They are not lying idle, staying idle and doing something else. So we employ from the people. Apart from that, we also do some corporate social responsibility, and we do the borehole also in the community. We have a eye care center where we check, we contribute. We have a hospital in Lekki under our Gita Ashram Trust, and there every day they are people come, they test their eyes. And whenever we see the diseases beyond the doctors here, we make a list. When we accumulate certain number of patients there, then we bring the doctors from India and they do the operations. From time to time, twice a year or thrice a year, depending on the number of patients, then we bring the doctors from India and they do the operations here in General Hospital at Marina. The operations are done at General Hospital at Marina plus in Kano. Two places we do the operations. And I can tell you, it has happened that the doctors have brought live eyes from India and they transplanted here in Nigeria in General Hospital, and it worked very well.
We are giving a scholarship, and I will double up my speed for scholarship. You see, giving education to child, helping a child who is poor, who cannot afford education, building his future, there's nothing better deal. You want to make the leaders. You don't want to have only people who can be on a road and selling. It is not the future of the country, not the future of people. You have to build the future of people. We all remember, we all come and we must go.
Yeah.
So in transition, whatever we can do, I'm fully committed, I can assure you. I really will do my best. This year we have more allocation money towards that.
Well, we would like to say congratulations to Sona Group of Industry, especially. You will recall that in January, on January 26th, in India, that nation celebrated its Republic Day. On behalf of Inside Business Africa, it's never too late to say congratulations to the Indian nationals and Indians across the world. On that milestone, it was celebrated at different locations across the world. It was the 70th Republic Day. And indeed, this marks also 60 years of Nigeria and India relationship. And Inside Business Africa, we are committed to promoting foreign direct investment. Hence, we'll be seeing some ambassadors and high commissioners on this program talking about their business relationship with Nigeria and the bilateral relations with Nigeria and their respective countries. And when we come back right after this commercial break, we'll still be talking agriculture and agro-based products with Agritech. Stay with Inside Business Africa. We'll be right back.
Our legacy is in transforming the poultry industry from a traditional into modern and highly efficient sector. Nigeria for decades or for generations was an agricultural country, leading agricultural country in Africa. Yes. But you know, the entire world and with technologies made a big advance, and somehow Nigeria, because of government policies, because of priorities, stayed behind. You have to make sure that you maintain a very high level of biosecurity, very high quality of feed, very good, very enabling environment for livestock to perform.
Welcome back. You're still Inside Business Africa, Africa's business news and information leader. Thanks for staying with us. Indeed, Agritech, one of the largest poultry business in Nigeria, and as a matter of fact, is putting a lot of money into the poultry business, ensuring that we get eggs and other poultry-related products wholly and very efficiently in our homes. And this particular establishment has recently put together a very important investment, massive, in Fiditi in Oyo State. And the managing director, Mr. Chimzak, is going to be talking about that, plus other interesting things about the company and the value it's bringing to the Nigerian economy, including opportunities.
Blessed with abundant human, land and other natural resources, Nigeria remains one of the fertile nations in the world for total and global agricultural revolution. However, according to expert and agri-business entrepreneurs, the country's growth potential are being underutilized due largely to various variables, which includes government policies and funding support mechanisms.
Agritech is a pioneer company in the modern poultry industry. We are operating in Nigeria since 1991. Our legacy is in transforming the poultry industry from a traditional into modern and highly efficient sector. Nigeria for decades or for generations was an agricultural country, leading agricultural country in Africa.
Yes.
But you know, the entire world with technologies made a big advance, and somehow Nigeria, because of government policies, because of priorities, stayed behind.
On the importance of the sector to the overall growth of the Nigerian economy, Mr. Zek, while congratulating the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Mohammed Sabo Nanono, speaks on some key areas the ministers and the Nigerian government must focus on to ensure the needed growth is achieved.
You have to make sure that you maintain a very high level of biosecurity, very high quality of feed, very good a very enabling environment for livestock to perform, because the harsh weather here sometimes can prevent very high efficiency, but we have to provide it by technology. We have to provide good climate by technology, and that's what Agritech is doing. We're having environmental control houses. When the temperature outside can reach up to 50 degrees, and in our houses it will not pass 28 degrees, so the birds can feel comfortable, and the balance between production and survival is the correct one. I think that the Honorable Minister must invite key people in the industry into 2-3 days conference. Let them bring out all their experience, all their knowledge, all their recommendations, and take it from there, because I think that there are very, very good people in this country. Agritech is specializing in the poultry industry, but there are people in the other industries and agriculture sectors, and I think that the Honorable Minister will do right if we will invite such people to a stimulating meeting with him. I think that the private sector can bring a lot of experience into the system.
Well, that report on Agritech is very important to us, and as a matter of fact, it also reflects on the goings on in the agriculture sector in Nigeria, as federal government has put in a lot of initiative and many things to actually ensure that the agriculture drives the nation's economy. And it's in that respect that Agritech and Inside Business Africa in partnership will be holding a very important event on the 30th and 31st of March at Sheraton Hotels, AgriCorp 2020. AgriCorp is actually looking at the corporatization of agriculture in Nigeria. We have smallholder farmers, we have farmers, but they need to actually be able to do business and do it in the way business should be done. And that's what that particular workshop and the conference and the exhibition is going to be. Agritech is partnering with Inside Business Africa to bring this important event to Nigeria. And indeed, speakers will be coming from across the globe and all over the country to deliver important lectures and also master classes to interested participants. Some of the information you will see on this program. But what is important is the fact that Agritech, watch out for a very important and comprehensive documentary in the second week of February. It will be coming on Inside Business Africa. We'll be able to show you some of the factories, some of the new investment and things that are currently going on at that particular establishment. When we come back right after this commercial break, we will talk about the UNESCO approved World Engineering Day and more. Stay with Inside Business Africa. We'll be right back.
Now, we have almost 6,000 workers working with us, 6,000 staff working with us. We are training them internationally. The supply machines are coming and training them on the job. on the plant, so they are trained on the plant. So when they are skilled, they contribute more to the staff. Apart from this, we are doing the corporate social responsibility, where we are doing the bow roll and all this, and plus we are doing the eye care hospital for the Nigerians here. And then we can see that we are environmental friendly, because we have recycling plants where we, all types of garbage, plastic garbage, we buy from the market, we process it and make our other products. Plastic furniture we do from recycling material, plastic pellet we do from recycling plant. So now we are putting up the PET recycling plant, where all the plastic bottles, PET bottles for the water, for drinks, will collect recycling. So that plant is already in Nigeria, and we are commissioning that plant very soon. This year will complete, second half of the year. So we are seeing wherever we can contribute more without attracting the import of raw material. Our 85% of raw material is local.
Well, indeed, it is a very important development in the engineering sector. The World Engineering Day has been approved by UNESCO, and it will be holding every year on the 4th of March. And don't forget, even in March, there will be World International Women's Day, but on 4th of March is now designated as World Engineering Day. And this year they are talking about sustainability of engineering. And this is very important to Inside Business, as one of our sister brand, CED Magazine, is putting together a very important documentary and a publication and an event as well to actually look at sustainability of infrastructure vis-a-vis engineering in Nigeria. Take a listen to some of the senior engineers as they comment on this important milestone, and watch out for the documentary on this program.
Well, from what I could see, they realize that engineers themselves are the ones who are the engine of the development of the nation, the society, and they are not celebrated per se. So then when the United Nations now brought up this SDG, saying, oh, by the year 2020, right, we should have 17 goals, that is the Sustainable Development Goals, right, to be achieved all across the world for them to be able to move forward. The World Federation of Engineering Organization used as an opportunity that, these SDGs that the UNESCO are saying, engineers have a very strong impact in it, because they are the contributors to whatever development is going on in the world. And then from what I read, they agitated that, engineers can play a role in SDGs, and then why don't you also set up a date that we can say worldwide as Engineering Celebration Day. And then that Celebration Day, what really they are looking forward to is to ensure that engineers are celebrated, because engineers come in all forms of life. And when you now take life itself and the human endeavor, you find that every aspect of it, engineers have a contribution towards it, right? You might have engineers that are coming from different disciplines and so forth. It's not in communication, it's not in transportation, it's not in infrastructure, and you take everything, even it goes as far as engineers come from research, and from research they now put on research and now put into something that is beneficial and to human beings. So they want to celebrate engineers. They want everybody to know that, all these things that you are using, all this enjoyment you are seeing, all this environment you are seeing is all created by engineers.
Well, that's about all we have time for on Inside Business Africa for today. But don't forget, I mentioned it earlier on, AgriCorp 2020 will be holding from the 30th to 31st of March at Sheraton Hotels and Towers. It's in partnership with Inside Business Africa and Agrited, one of the organizations that is doing well in Nigeria, especially in the poultry business, and it's also investing very heavily in the Nigerian economy. Mr. Chemzak will be talking about advancement in technology at that particular event. Don't forget, mark it down in your diary. You will also be seeing so many other organizations, including Bank of Industry, CBN. All of them are being invited to come and share their initiatives and also what they are doing in the agriculture sector. Sona Group of Industries, you saw it on this program, they are manufacturing agro-based products, and they will also be available to talk to us at that event. It's going to be an awesome event indeed, but so mark it down in your diary because you need to be there. 30th to 31st of March 2020 at Sheraton Hotels and Towers. And also, you saw this particular clips about what we discussed on the UNESCO approved What Engineering Day. CED magazine is cooking something, and when it's ready, we're going to serve it on this program as well. It's been Kenneth Odushola Stevenson presenting Inside Business Africa. Thank you again for watching. See you next time.